Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
Breaking news just into the newsroom. The Red Lake Police Department has just confirmed with us that they are investigating a Wednesday night shooting at the reservation. Now, police are saying that this call came in around 11:30 last night, but could not specify where exactly the incident happened. The department says that they are early in their investigation. Sources are telling Valley News Live that the male victim was shot at least 10 times, but police are declining to provide more information on the incident or the condition of the victim. Now stay with Valley News Live as we continue to follow this story. Now to another developing story. Fargo police officers found a body in South Fargo last night. Now, the call first came in around 9 last night behind M&H off Main Street for a disturbance. Now, when they arrived, they located the caller and learned that they had been hanging out with a few people nearby in the north alleyway of the 1500 block of First Avenue South. Officers then noticed a male laying on the ground. Officers found the male unresponsive and started life-saving measures. The male was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, at this time, the death does not appear to be suspicious in nature. Well, the beautiful fall weather is continuing and it is teasing us in the best of ways. So no complaints there. Maybe even a great day to rake up those leaves in your yard. And let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
We are looking at some conditions that are going to be more on the sunny side this afternoon, but there are some places where we have some clouds. A lot of them are high clouds moving through, and we're looking off to the east in Fargo right now at some of those clouds passing by. These are going to be limiting temperatures somewhat, but we're still looking at warming up throughout the valley today. So we are starting this afternoon with temperatures into the 50s in northwest Minnesota, 57 in Grand Forks. We're working our way into the low 60s right now in the south and west. Fargo's at 60 degrees at the moment. Let's take a look at our radar and satellite map. You can see where the clouds are north and over to the east, and those will continue working their way in that direction with more sunshine the farther south and west you go. So a look at your hourly planner. So mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies this afternoon. Temperatures are going to be rising into the upper 60s in places like Fargo right now. And we've got even warmer weather as we round out the week. We're going to talk about that and your weekend forecast coming up.
The weather is just beautiful. It's been teasing us all week. I really hope it stays forever, honestly. Thanks again, Lisa. Well, firefighters are keeping an eye out for hot spots overnight after a garage fire at a duplex in Grand Forks. Crews were called just before 8 p.m. to the 1900 block of 23rd Avenue South and found smoke coming from the roof and flames inside the building. One garage has fire damage and both duplex units have smoke damage. Occupants of both units were displaced for the night. The search for a missing man continues, and now Fargo police are asking businesses to post pictures of a missing Fargo man who has dementia. 80-year-old Robert McKinnon walked away from Mapleview Memory Care in South Fargo late Thursday night. Police say they searched on foot with a drone and a helicopter, and are also asking property owners to check their garages, sheds, vehicles, and campers. Now, any place McKinnon might have gone to seek shelter. If you see Mr. McKinnon, call 911. Coronavirus cases are starting to rise in several European countries with new restrictions going into force. Now, Scotland has ordered pubs in its two biggest cities to close and restricted food and drink business in the rest of the country. Now, France is expected to announce new restrictions for areas where hospitals are facing strain and infections are mounting, after shutting down bars in Paris and several cities and limiting private gatherings in recent weeks. NBC's Kelly Kobela reports from London.
Well, cases of coronavirus are starting to rise in several European countries now, including France, parts of Spain, Poland, Germany, and the Czech Republic, as well as here in the UK, where new restrictions go into force on Friday for people in Scotland. Scotland's First Minister says it's a necessary move to control the virus.
So while the measures I announced today will feel like a backward step, and in many respects I know they are in the interest of protecting our progress overall. It is by taking tough but necessary action now that we hope to avoid even tougher action in future.
In France, a big spike in cases over the last 24-hour period ending on Wednesday. Nearly 20,000 new cases, double the numbers from Tuesday. And there's a real concern about ICU beds in the Paris region. Some 40% of ICU beds now taken by COVID patients, and researchers fear that number could go as high as 100% if new restrictions don't have some sort of impact. And finally, in Auckland, New Zealand, some good news. People are no longer under lockdown after about a month of very severe restrictions. The Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, says because they acted early, it looks as though they've completely eliminated community spread once again. And all restrictions have been lifted, meaning no masks, no social distancing, and sports events with full audiences in attendance. Kelly Kobiella, NBC News, London.
Essentia Health is now offering additional mammology appointments during this month. These additional slots will be outside of normal hours, and appointments will be available on Saturday, October 17th. This is important as regular mammograms because it can help you provider detect breast cancer before you have any symptoms. When caught early, it makes it easier to treat. Women with an average risk of developing breast cancer get a yearly mammogram beginning at the age of 40. You can contact the number provided on our screen to set up an appointment. So starting today, Minnesota's driver and vehicle services will start offering their Class D knowledge test online. This means that Minnesotans can take the test at home or at an authorized third-party testing location. For starters, this allows Minnesotans to upgrade a restriction and even endorse their current CDLs. This will include for commercial and standard driver's licenses and seasonal farming ones. Renewing or replacing driver's licenses can happen online as well. The Minnesotans will even be able to take a test to receive their learner's permit. They will need to book their test appointments online at least 6 weeks in advance. They will also not be accepting any walk-ins for road tests. This eliminates the need to wait in line for this test. Well, coming up at noon, how is the ventilation in your office building? Well, a new study concludes that ventilation in many buildings may help spread COVID-19. And fall weather keeps continuing to feel warm and beautiful. And weather up next to plan your day.